Farm-driven, not chef-driven. Talk to me about that. Because that's kind of something that you put on your website.
Yeah, because I don't think I write the menus. I really don't. I don't make the menus here. The farms write the menus. What they send me and what they tell me, I mean, obviously I don't get a mystery box every week, you know. I mean, in this day and age, it's, you know, I get an email. I got some farmers who are on Twitter. It's crazy how I mean, you want to talk about a group of people that have had the challenge ahead of them of how to communicate what they have to sell, and they're embracing it like nobody's business. From the mainline producers, the big trucks that are out there, I get an email once a week. It's an Excel spreadsheet. That's it. Nothing else. Doesn't talk about the food, doesn't say anything about the food. It just says, we have it in boxes.
Going after your business at this point.
Well, exactly. And they've tried. I mean, I had people from Cisco walking up to my front door saying, we'd love you to come to our facilities. We'd love to talk to you about this and da-da-da-da. And I said, you know what? I know you guys are there. I know I have that as a fallback if I need it.
Right.
But the point is I don't need it. So I have these farms that are now sending me emails 1 to 2 times a week. There's descriptors of the food. It's sized for me. It's graded for me. They're telling me if they have something that's perfectly ripe, it's got to get used. Something that's maybe a little overripe. The other thing is these guys are also communicating to me on what they have, what they're long on. I mean, this year we had sweet corn so early. This year we had a huge crop of beets and kohlrabi earlier in the season. You know, like nobody ever expected. So guess what? We were using a lot of it. Because to me, that's the other side of this farm-to-table thing that I think they drive it is I need to respect their business model and I need to respect the economics of it. I mean, we deal in a world of perishables. So do they. If they're long on something, they need to move it. They can't just throw it away. And, you know, they need to sell it. So they'll call me up and just like, hey, I'm really long on this. I got a couple extra cases of this. Can you do anything with it? Like, I'll cut you a deal. I'll work with you on price. It's maybe a little better than we normally get. Great. So to me, that's where this whole farm-driven, chef-driven thing made the flip, you know? So it is ridiculous, you know? And for me now, when it comes to my ranchers and the meat that we choose, I mean, we don't have a cut that's always here. I don't have... Yeah, I would love to say that we're known for having a great, you know, strip steak. But at the same time, that's not challenging anymore. You know, to me, there is that challenge of the farmer calling me up and going, we have no pork loin anymore because everybody is selling pork chops on their menu. Great, what do you got? We got a lot of shoulder. What the hell am I going to do with shoulder? I'll take it, you know? I'll take it knowing it's going to be here in 3 days, and I got to come up with some menu items
so part
to
of
sell shoulder.
Is adrenaline. It's fun.
Completely.
It's exciting.
That's why we're in this, isn't it? I mean, people come to us and pay money and say, feed me something really good or else I'm going to bitch. That's adrenaline junkies. I mean, come on. We have a chance to fail, let someone down, disappoint them, ruin their evening, wreck their day every single day of the week. And if that's not an adrenaline junkie, I don't know what is. $1 million question.
$1 million question is what's happening with local wine.
Yep. I have no idea, to be perfectly honest. I don't make local wine, I don't drink local wine, and I know that is something that people will jump all over me about and say, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. Hi.
Hello.
People will say you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You're screaming local, you're screaming sense of place, you're screaming terroir, but yet I come into your restaurant and I don't see a bottle of local wine. All I see is French, California, Germany, Austria, Australia, carbon footprint galore, you know, what the hell,
right.
You know, or as we, you know, as they say now, WTF. I don't think we are in a place that, to me, should be focusing on grape and wine production. I just really don't think we should. I think we are in a place on our planet, geographically, that historically also did a lot of cider. Did a lot of apple cider, hard cider, alcoholic cider. I want to see dandelion wine. I want to see strawberry wine. I want to see choke cherry wine. I want to see watermelon wine. And there's some people dabbling in it. Make wine out of what grows here if we absolutely must make wine. But this idea that we should be so bold, I could say arrogant, fine, I'll say arrogant, to think that we can take a plant that naturally doesn't exist here, pick it up, bring it here, force it to grow here, manipulate it here, change it, and say it's going to be of the caliber of any other type of wine that's out there in the world seems a little aggressive on our part. It doesn't seem very Minnesota. It doesn't seem very Minnesota at all. But at the same time, we're a restaurant. What does a restaurant have to do? Can a restaurant survive? I think you said it very well. You know, restaurants make money on wine. It's a balance. If you're having a great meal, which I hope we can produce here on a regular basis, you're going to want a great glass of wine.